Hello and welcome to the Ocean Impact Podcast. I'm your host, Tim Silverwood. And what a special podcast this is on a very special day for Ocean Impact Organisation. That's right, this is the day that we announce the winner and the runners-up from our inaugural Ocean Impact Pitchfest. This is a huge day. This campaign has been the main focus of Ocean Impact Organisation throughout the coronavirus pandemic, and it ran through a 6-week application period. We asked for startups and businesses around the world who are working to create a positive impact on the ocean to apply. We had almost 200 applications from 38 countries, which then meant we had to sort diligently through all those applications to come up with 12 finalists. Those 12 finalists were then handed over to our independent judging panel of experts who deliberated. They each put their scores in, and today is the day that we can actually announce the winner and the 2 runners-up. Now, we thought, who on earth in the global community of people who are loving of the ocean and have a high reputation and high regard, who could we ask to help us with the announcement? And the call out that we made resulted in some auspicious meeting together of brilliant minds and passionate people, and lo and behold, we have Dr. Sylvia Earle making the winner's announcement on the podcast today. This is a huge day. Nick and I have just been jumping out of our skin with the excitement of having Dr. Sylvia Earle, known as her Deepness. She is an absolute goddess of ocean conservation, ocean exploration, science and communication. We are thrilled. So I have to send a big thank you to Sheree Marris, who is an incredible marine biologist and storyteller and content creator. She's just a brilliant human being. She created this connection to Ocean Geographic Society, and a big thanks to Michael Orr and to Alex Rose from Ocean Geographic Society for facilitating this forum today, where Dr. Sylvia Earle not only gives a beautiful keynote into the importance of the ocean and particularly inspiring people, everyone, you, me, everyone out there to do whatever they can to help Planet Ocean, but she also sends some really lovely remarks and regards to everyone who applied for Pitchfest. Obviously, we could only have 1 winner, 2 runners-up from those 12 finalists, but everyone's a winner here. The applications we received from around the world have not only shown Ocean Impact Organisation that there is a massive opportunity and need for our organisation, but it's starting to show the world that this is where we need to be focusing a lot more energy and attention. We need more innovation and more support for startups and scalable businesses so they can get out there and improve the way we treat Planet Ocean. Now, the announcement only comes a bit into the podcast, so I'm going to play spoiler. You've probably already seen the social posts about who the winner and runners-up are, so I can now tell you that the winner of the Ocean Impact Pitchfest 2020 is Planet Protector Packaging. Well done, you guys. Fantastic innovation to rid the world of horrible expanded polystyrene for food packaging and transportation of other heat-sensitive objects. The first runner-up was Wave Swell Energy. Congratulations, you guys. Brilliant technology to harness renewable energy from the ocean using this amazing, almost biomimicry, right? Looking at how a blowhole just generates so much energy and saying, why couldn't we do that with a vessel on the ocean? Fantastic technology. And the second runner-up, Arc Marine, who have found a brilliant way of using carbon neutral technology, eco-friendly concrete mixes and other materials to create artificial reef structures, which are so important. You find out when you read their application that currently there's some really damaging behaviour that takes place around subsea structures, and their technology can not only replace that damaging stuff, but it gets to stay there and help to restore and rehabilitate offshore reefs. So they are our winners. They're only a small insight into the incredible talent that was uncovered in the Ocean Impact Pitchfest 2020. So stay tuned. We're going to keep on sharing stories from the innovators as we sort of further explore the incredible results of Pitchfest 2020. Thanks for your support. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this conversation between myself, Nick, the team at Ocean Geographic, and of course, Dr. Sylvia Earle.
Take the ocean out of me.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you, Michael. And of course, thank you, Sylvia, so much for your time to mark this very important occasion of announcing the winner of the Ocean Impact Pitchfest 2020. So my name's Tim, and we have Nick here as well, and we are the co-founders of OIO. We're a relatively new organisation, having just launched in February 2020, but based upon a long period where Nick and I really wanted to establish something remarkable and much needed for planet Ocean. So our mission statement or our purpose statement is to help help people start, grow and invest in businesses that positively impact the ocean. And so we are Australia's first ocean impact innovation ecosystem and startup accelerator. And what we're talking about today is the results of our first project calling for applications from startups and businesses across the world who are helping the ocean.
Yeah, so Pitchfest 2020 was an idea that we came up earlier in the year, and in fact it was our response to coronavirus. We launched early this year, and like everyone else, COVID took us completely by surprise, and we were left wondering, well, how do we proceed in 2020? So Pitchfest was that idea, how we proceeded, and how we could be agile and pursue our mission. So we put out a global call out for innovators working to make a positive impact on the ocean, and the results have been absolutely fantastic. They've completely exceeded our expectations. We received over or almost 200 applications from 38 countries. So overall, really, really exciting for us to see that many applications. There was really good breadth on the types of problems that people were working on, the range of solution types and technologies. And yeah, 38 countries, we were absolutely ecstatic. The quality was really high also. It's really inspiring to see some of the ways that people are thinking about looking at problems that probably in the past have been perceived as just a little bit too difficult.
Wonderful. So that's a little bit about OIO. We'll be back to talk a little bit about each of the 12 finalists before we make the all-important announcement of the winner. Well, in fact, that will be Sylvia making that announcement. Over to you.
And we are privileged and honored this morning to have Dr. Sylvia Earle to tell us more about the importance of saving our oceans. Sylvia, of course, is the founder of Mission Blue, Sylvia Alliance, founder of Deep Hope, Time Magazine first hero for the planet, a living legend known by the Library of Congress, aka her Deepness. But in my book, she is the mother of the oceans. So Sylvia, tell us more.
Thank you, Michael, and thanks for the privilege of being here to salute the winners of this really exciting concept. And there is no reason why we should be, at this point in history, looking at anything but win-win. What we do that benefits the ocean, that benefits the environment, benefits us. If the oceans are in trouble, we are in trouble. We could perhaps forgive our predecessors of long ago who did not understand the connection between a safe planet and humankind. We have a habit of taking from the natural world to foster our prosperity. But now we know that the air we breathe, the water we drink, everything that we care about has come from nature. And we have been particularly complacent about what we take from the ocean. But we're beginning to see, maybe for the first time, how important the ocean is to every breath we take, every drop of water we drink, and that what we do to the ocean is having not just an impact on our health, it's also having an impact on the economy. We're depleting the assets. We're, as we are now learning the hard way, that this global pandemic has a direct impact on the economy. There's a connection between what happens to the environment, what happens to humans, what happens to our things we care about. And so what you have done by having this call for good ideas to address the problems we now face is, well, it could not be more timely. The world is waking up to the importance of finding solutions to treating the world we live in with more respect. So I congratulate the two of you founders of OIO, for what you're doing to encourage and stimulate brilliant ideas. And I also congratulate those who have stepped up and used their good minds to come up with solutions. And you've come up with a dozen really have come to the top. I think all of the applicants should be congratulated for doing their best to think about what they can do, what we can do at this critical time in history to turn from this time of decline to a time of recovery, and then striking the balance with the natural world. We have not been accounting for nature in the right way. And this, I think, is an effort to in really inspiring people to find that balance. So, are you going to tell us a bit about some of the projects that have been conceived, and then I get to announce the winners?
Yeah, that's right. So we can do a quick spiel now about the dozen finalists, just to give everyone a little bit of a snapshot. The full descriptions and the pitch videos from each of the 12 finalists are available to watch on our website or our YouTube channel, but we're going to go one for one. So Nick's going to get started and we'll work through in alphabetical order the 12 finalists of Pitchfest 2020.
Sure. So first up, we have Arc Marine. They're from the UK, and Arc Marine have developed patented carbon neutral reef cubes that can be used to restore and rehabilitate reef ecosystems.
Great. Number 2 is Coral Vita, who are based in the Bahamas. And these guys are looking at how to rapidly scale and farm coral, particularly climate resilient coral, using a whole range of different technologies, including microfragmenting. And a really unique characteristic of their business model is actually working with tourism, ecotourism, places where there's a vested interest in healthy reefs to support tourism, which can also support their business model.
Number 3, E-Concrete Tech from Israel. So E-Concrete Tech offers a suite of high-performance and environmentally sensitive concrete solutions that enhance the biological and ecological value of urban, coastal and marine infrastructure, while increasing the strength and durability of that infrastructure also.
Number 4, we had an entry from South Korea, Injin, and these guys are an ocean energy company, particularly using wave energy in the form of buoys that are located just offshore, targeted to remote communities and islands. And what was really novel about their technology is that they're removing those moving parts from the ocean, which is always problematic around ocean energy, using these buoys, pulley systems that actually generate the energy on land. So a very great innovation coming out of Korea, South Korea.
Next up, we had Orbital EOS from Spain, and they provide satellite-based solutions to challenges in the maritime area, like oil spill detection, environmental performance monitoring, and coastal erosion. So essentially, they take data from a range of satellites that already exist, and one of the key value propositions of their technology is that they can reduce the cost of monitoring by a factor of 10 while increasing surveillance capacity by a factor of 100. So that has some pretty serious implications for oil spill detection and mitigation strategies.
Great. Number 6, we had Planet Protector Packaging from Australia. A really interesting solution here to the problem of expanded polystyrene, which is so often used in the transportation, particularly of heat-sensitive material like seafood and pharmaceuticals. Planet Protector Packaging actually use wool waste, so waste from the wool industry, to create this incredible performing insulating packaging that is compostable. You can recycle it, you can repurpose it. A really fantastic solution coming out of Australia.
The next one also comes out of Australia, Pump Free Energy. And Pump Free Energy is a clean tech company that cleans oil from water and turns waste from commercial kitchens into renewable sources of energy. So they have some tech that retrofits to grease traps. So think restaurants, takeaway outlets and commercial kitchens, and reduces the amount of fog, which is fats, oils and grease, from making its way into our oceans. But the really cool thing about what they do is that they essentially can convert that fog into biofuels. So it's quite a circular solution they have.
Number 8 was Safety Net Technologies coming out of the UK, targeting the hugely problematic issue of fisheries bycatch. And they do this through LED, so light emitting diode technology, which can basically be retrofitted to existing fishing nets, and through different sorts of understanding of fish behaviour and other marine species, they can exclude non-target species and actually attract target species. So not only beneficial for wild fish stocks and wildlife, but also more efficient for those target fisheries.
Next up was Shark Safe Barrier. Shark Safe Barrier's mission is to provide the tools for an environmentally friendly coexistence between sharks and people. And their product essentially mimics a kelp forest. So there's 2 elements to their solution. There's a visual element, which is that of a kelp forest, which is a natural deterrent for sharks. And they also have magnets placed inside the structures themselves. So there's the visual deterrent and the magnetic deterrent, and they're looking at this technology as a replacement for the shark net programs that exist. They exist quite widely in Australia, actually.
Number 10, we're getting to the end now almost. Urchinomics, which is a solution coming out of the Netherlands, looking at the problem of urchin population increases and resulting urchin barrens that decimate wild seaweed and kelp ecosystems. And this is particularly problematic along the east coast and southern parts of Australia with climate change and warming currents, where urchins are decimating once pristine kelp forests. So their solution is to actually look at systems to take those wild urchins from ecosystems where they have eaten all the kelp, so they're devoid of much life and protein, so therefore predators aren't interested in eating them, to bring them back on a land-based aquaculture system where they're fed a great feedstock to plump them up and then to sell these uni back into high-end markets around the world. So a really great innovation there.
Next up, number 11 was Water Warriors from the US. So Water Warriors offers another circular economy solution, but this time to the problem of phosphorus and nitrogen pollution. So their flagship product is called Poseidon pellets, and these pellets are placed in strategic locations around farms, on the edges of waterways, and they absorb the phosphorus and nitrogen that runs off from the farms and it gets into our waterways and causes toxic algae blooms and does such damage to the Great Barrier Reef and other areas. The great thing about their solution is that once the pellets actually get to capacity, if you like, they've absorbed as much of phosphorus and nitrogen as they can, then they can be reused as fertilizer. So another great circular solution there.
And the last finalist is Wave Swell Energy, another Australian entrant looking at ocean energy, which anyone who knows the ocean can just look out and marvel at how much untapped renewable energy there is in the ocean. And their technology is quite novel in that there's no moving parts in this floating system. It looks like a medium-sized ferry, but underneath it is a cavity. And the cavity acts like a blowhole does. And we've all seen the power that a blowhole can generate. So up comes the air through the cavity and powers a turbine. And also on the other way, air is sucked in through the turbine to displace that water as well. So these guys are on a great trajectory and showing the wonderful untapped potential of ocean energy. So that's the 12. As I was saying before, you can go and watch all the pitch videos for the 12 on our website or YouTube. Since the shortlisting process, we've had an independent judging panel with global experts who have gone away and deliberated and come back with their scores. And we are now very, very excited to be able to reveal the winner and the runners-up, which is why we have the splendid Sylvia Earle on the call today.
So, Nick and Tim, I first want to again salute you for providing incentive for people around the world to respond to that question. I hear it a lot, and so does Michael and Alex, from people who say, look, I'm just one person. What can I do? I see we've got problems. What should I do? And our answer is go look in the mirror, see who you are. What are your talents? What do you care about? What are you good at? And you've gone a step further, saying we'll reward you for looking in the mirror, coming up with solutions, and coming up with great ideas. And having this Pitchfest, I hope, is not just a one-off occasion. I think you've really started something here, and I hope that 2021 we'll be back. And we're inspiring people, not just in Australia, but I love it that you've brought all over the world. You've been lighting fires, people who are saying, well, I think we might try this. Somebody else, oh, how about that? And dozens, I mean, you come up with the final dozen, but drawing from a great pool of great ideas. And if those of you who submitted your concepts and did not emerge as one of the 12 or one of the 3 or the finalists, ta-da, there's always next year. And even if it's not through the Pitchfest, the wheels are turning. Don't let your bright ideas just fade away. Keep at it. And that's how things change. Somebody comes up with an idea that nobody has done before, and then things will shift because of something that somebody does, usually somebody. Now we're looking at two somebodies. Your idea was to get things rolling. So, all right, you want to know, those of you who are watching, roll of drums. Dun, 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 dun. Well, there are no losers here. They're all winners. But those who have essentially bubbled to the top three, how about from the United Kingdom, a finalist, Arc Marine Limited.
Yeah.
Yay!
The idea of the carbon neutral wave, the reef cubes that can be used to restore and rehabilitate reef ecosystems. We really need to do everything we can to give coral reefs a break. So congratulations from Exeter in the United Kingdom for being right there as a finalist. The second finalist, back there in Australia, from Home Turf. Your concept that you just heard about, harnessing the power of waves, the Wave Swell Energy Limited from Melbourne, Australia. Woohoo.
Yay! Exciting.
You're so creative, looking out at those mighty waves and wondering how to capture the energy that can be done in a way that really is sensitive to the ocean, sensitive to the environment. So congratulations. Now for the number one, the one that has emerged as the winner of this Pitchfest. Can't wait to see how it's going to come out in the end. This idea of addressing the avalanche of plastic material that's in the ocean. How about something that truly is something that will degrade? The idea of using sheep's wool to create packaging is brilliant. So, Planet Protector Packaging, you are the number one.
Fantastic.
Pitchfest, Idea Fest, saving the world one great idea at a time. So, thank you for the privilege of being able to salute you, the three finalists, but I really want to salute all of you, as well as the creators of the whole concept. And of course, Michael and Alex for hosting this occasion, this celebration. And I can't wait over the next year to see how these ideas will be making a difference. I think one of the cool things about having this as an annual event is to look back and see how all of these great ideas are making a difference, and to celebrate it, to encourage people to see at this critical moment in time how individuals can make a difference. And together, we really do need to seize the moment. So thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of the party.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you, Sylvia. That really does mean so much to us, and to hear those winners and finalists and runners-up being announced from your mouth was just a massive achievement for us. So congratulations again. First runner-up being Wave Swell Energy, second runner-up being Arc Marine, and the winner, Planet Protector Packaging. Now, I believe Alex and Michael, you wanted to say a few words and perhaps show a little short clip that sums up the results of Pitchfest.
Well, congratulations, Tim, Nick. I think this effort of the Pitchfest is such a brilliant idea to encourage everyone up there to do something to help protect our oceans and also our environment. It's a fantastic idea. We very much like to be a part of it. And I hope that we start announcing the call for entries for next year very soon.
She's raising